on my way right now. Today is one of my off days, but it's really not my off day. So I'm on my way to run a couple of errands. So yesterday I had this morning or yesterday I had this dream. And I don't even know if it was really a dream. It's like when I was about to wake up, that's when I had this dream. And so the dream was I was on a computer and the employer was looking at my YouTube videos. And I was trying to like close the windows out because I didn't want people in my business and stuff. But as y'all already know, all y'all know my business because I be on YouTube like, hey, talking and just telling you how I feel. And so in the dream, you know, I think she kind of like was wanting to see, but I was closing the windows out because I didn't want anyone to, you know, it's at my job. And I don't even know why I was on that computer with that information up, because I don't use their computers or anything like that to roam around on YouTube. I got my own cell phone for that. And to be honest with you, I just work when I'm there. So she said something like, and she said something like, oh, and she's a single mother. Like as if she was judging me, or I don't know. So when I woke up from the dream, I don't know if that meant like y'all Googled me or something, dream about what I'm feeling, because you know I do a lot of videos, and if somebody wanted to know Ramona Hines, all you have to do is Google me and there my stuff is. And so I was thinking like, should I just go on all my videos and just start like putting them like private so no one would do that? And then I thought about it like, man, forget that. Like I work, you know, when I go to that place of business, I work and I play by the rules. And I bring in numbers that's making y'all rich. Then I started to think like, you know, you do a lot for other people and other companies and other CEOs and other presidents, but what have you done for your own business? You know what I'm saying? And when I look at people, like you got a lot of people that will judge you for your past or judge you because they want you to be so-called corporate. But what is corporate? I mean, look at the most powerful man right now that's in America right now is the president of the United States of America, and it's Donald Trump. You know, the loose cannon, the one who basically tells you how he feels and he don't care. The one who got multiple passes, and look at the chair that he's sitting in right now. So you can't tell me nothing. You can't, and I can't tell y'all nothing either. But sometimes, you know, some of those dreams will come to kind of put a fear on us, or to make us feel like I have to be this way in order to be accepted, or I have to carry myself in this way in order to be whatever. It's like, you know, and then I started to think about certain things about, you know, people who pass away, how you spend all your life trying to get these degrees and get this money and look a certain way, and now you all up in age and all your peers are dying off, and you look back and say, man, all of that was nothing. Because those certificates, let me tell you where those certificates end up at: the thrift store. And half of the time, if it's somebody's degree or doctorate degree, that stuff ends up in the trash can, and your great-grandchildren don't care 2 cents in a nickel about it, because it's not even, you know, it's just like, you know, when you got family history, you do have some people who savor that and they'll hold on to it and, you know, write it down in the books. But you got other kids that just don't care. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. I be going up into the special store to get people family heirlooms. But that really had me thinking, like, you know, like I know I'm the bomb.com. I know that I can sell water to a freaking whale. I know I'm good at what I do, and I bring in over $1 million in revenue. So it's like you either get with a winner or you don't. And then you got to ask yourself this question: what is the level of success here? Because I was talking to my coworker, and she was telling me that you know how we sit up there and talk about he a bum, all he do is sit on his tail and play video games. Now you got people making millions of dollars just by playing video games. Is that more successful than the one who thought that they were going to go and get this degree and become this Harvard lawyer? But guess what? This dude right here, all he did was play video games, knew how to entertain real good, and now he's a multimillionaire. What is the level of success? What is success to a person? You know, he talk all that yin yang smack, but Slim, he rich. He got it like that. Is that successful? Is it? So, you know, I said to myself, I don't feel like hiding who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good Christian woman. I say what's on my mind. I don't feel like holding back because it's going to hurt your feelings. You may not like my views, but like my work ethics. Know that she a grinder, and that's what you want on your team. You want a grinder, somebody that's going to deliver. You know what I mean? So, when I woke up from that dream, I'm like, God is the author of my bread and my butter. And he's the author. He puts the roof over my head. So why should I care 2 cents and a nickel about you, whether or not you're going to offer me the position or not? Because the truth about it is that I'm CEO material. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it like as if I'm conceited or anything like that. But some of y'all need to think that way too. You know, if it wasn't for you, he wouldn't be rich. And the only reason why they keep you around is because they know what you do. They know what you can bring in. They know your quality. And when you forget that, and you just like, please give me a chance to be here, even though I know I should have some of y'all positions. When you know your worth, that's when you could be like, you know what, y'all can kick rocks. I'm going to do what I've been doing, but you better get me, because if you don't, I'm going to go somewhere else, and I'm excel, I'm exceed, I'm going to just go above and beyond. That's because I know what I want, and I'm going to go after it. You see what I'm saying? But, yeah, like I was saying, the dream had me like, when I woke up like, and that particular person was judging me. And when I look at it in real life, like, I know you ain't judging nobody. You don't know how to do certain stuff in the position that you're in. And I had to tell myself, Mona, jobs come a dime and a dozen. The thing about it is that I'm 35 years old. You know how many jobs I had? And I'm not expecting this J-O-B. Somebody said just over broke. I'm not expecting this to be like whatever. But, I know something. I know the feeling when you don't have enough, you know what I'm saying, and you're trying to make do and you're trying to get around. But I look at it and I'm like, God, I love you so much. Let me tell you why, y'all. Let me tell you, I can't, it's too many reasons to even tell you, but I'm gonna give you a prime example how certain things happen for a certain time until it's over with. So when I was going to court against my ex-husband, I had to do a lot of paperwork. And, I got my own business and everything. So I ended up getting this copier, this full office copier machine that was donated. And I was able to run copies and all of that. So God knew what was going to happen. Like, he knew that I was going to need this, that, and the third. So he gave me the resources. And when those things, when that time is done and it's time for you to move on, you'll find that the things that you used to use, you no longer need anymore from the house because you outgrew it, or you needed to downsize because it was just too much space. You know what I'm saying? From even a copier. The copier was only used at that point in time so you can make all of these copies because of what you had to deal with. Now my little 2-year-old been jumping all on it, so it's broke. So I just said, you know what? It served its purpose. And that's the way I need to carry it, and y'all need to carry it when it comes to your jobs, or when it comes to things that we try to hold on or we think we need, because that's what's going to validate us, or that's where I'll be able to get ahead if I have this. But you don't even know that God is looking at something bigger, and he's also looking at, if you hold on to that, that's going to put you in a box. You're not going to be able to go anywhere. How can you when you work Monday through Sunday? You know what I mean? So, like for instance, there was a guy who got fired, and this person was doing concierge work, but he was sleeping in a closet. And I felt bad, like, dang, but he had been warned. But I felt bad, like, dang, he got fired. But then I too thought on the other end, maybe the Lord is going to bless him with a better job where he has rest. You see what I'm saying? Where he has rest, where he has peace, where he doesn't have to lock himself in a closet and try to get sleep, because God knows what else he's doing during the daytime, but he's tired. Sometimes God will remove you from certain things, and you would think like, oh man, why did all of these things happen? But if those things didn't happen, then it would have never birthed something new to come. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where I'm just like, you know what, Lord, I know this. If I'm praising you, if I'm believing in you, that's going to lead my footsteps. If I'm tithing, you know what I'm saying? If I'm giving back to the poor, then I know that you're going to look after me. I know that you're going to have me, whether I'll be at this position or another position. I know that you're going to have the right thing for me. And can't nobody take it away unless you want them to take it away. And can't nobody, unless you want me to have it. And I'm going to tell you something. It was a lot of other jobs that I was looking at, but I saw the distance and how long it was going to take me to get there. The money was less. I even had people like looking at me sideways like, why would you take a position like this when you coming from here? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And the whole time I'm thinking in my mind, I got a baby to feed. And then, I just prayed and asked God. And some jobs I just say I can't do it. It's too far. It's going to take me like 2 hours to get back to my child. I can't do it. And then I just said, Father, if you can just open the doors for the position that you want me to have, that's my liking. God will play. That's the thing too. Sometimes we want certain things and we'll beg and beg and beg for this certain thing, but God may know the outcome and may be like, no, I got something better for you. And until we have to literally trust in him all the way to know that he got us. He got us. He'll make a way out of no way. He'll 1 minute you'll be sitting up here mourning, next minute you'll be rejoicing and just singing praises, hallelujah, because looking back at where you came from. So when people try to judge my past, that's my past. Everybody has a past. I don't care who you are. Everybody has a past. You may put in your resume that you squeaky clean and you perfect for the position. But trust and believe me, those positions don't last long. How long you think they're going to last? They don't last forever because at one point in time, somebody got to die. Company end up being sold, being moved. They hire new people, fire the old people. That's just how it is. Earn your money. See, the Bible says that a man that don't work, he don't eat. And action and faith go together. So long as you got faith enough to know that God is going to provide, then you better put the action to start sending out these applications and start grinding and watch him add the increase. I've seen people come over here that don't even speak a lick of English and got their own businesses. And all I can say is God is with them. I ain't hating. Show me the way. You know what I'm saying? So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. And so I'm not going to live in fear like, Lord, if you tell me this is what you want me to do, then hey, if it's going to be for me, it's going to be for me. If it's not, then guess what? Deuces. And two, I feel like I'm a little bit, I don't want to say too old, I'm too seasoned to feel like this person is keeping me together. Because I've seen people dismiss people like they are nothing. And they don't look back. They don't care. They go home. They eat. They have no idea what type of triple effect that it's caused on their family. They have no idea what they have done. And they sleep good at night like, oh, well. But that's how we ought to be when it comes to the Lord. Because he said, why are you worried about tomorrow? Deal with today. You could be poor as I don't know what, and in a blink of an eye, you could be rich as all get up. Like, where did this come from? I never thought I'd see myself here. At one point in time, I didn't even know what to do, how to do, and now look, I know what to do. You see what I'm saying? God will use you, and he'll use you, and you'll look back and be like, that I didn't know I would be able to do that. I didn't know that I would be able to do that. I mean, we see it all the time in movies, right? Where the weak person was always picked upon, and all of a sudden they gained strength, and they were able to fight back, and they end up becoming the winner. That's like those heroic movies where at first they were going through the stuff. It happens all the time, and let me tell you where they get that concept from. Life. That's That's where they get it from life. So I'm like this. You want a winner, you gonna get a winner. I'm not joining no occults. I'm just trying to get paid. I'm just trying to do a job. And I'm trying to learn from that and apply it to my own business. You see what I'm saying? That's like a promise, a good hairstylist, or you know, they bad at Bond.com. They're charging less prices, but you better get it with them, because guess what? Now all of a sudden they doing hair for the queen. You can't even get in on an appointment anymore. You better know what you have. And some people, and that's another thing too, some people don't want to let you go because they know your potential. Some people, honey, they don't want to let you go. For what? She brings us in too much money. Why would we let them go? They're too daggone good. They know what they're doing. But yeah, y'all, so that was my dream. I ain't taking nothing down. If you want a winner on your team, holler at your girl. And that's not pride. It's just that I know that God is the reason. Like, my best friend said something to me. She said, Mona, God is the one who gives you increase. Nobody else does it. Now, she was giving me, talking about King David. You know what I mean? And Saul and all of them. She was like, God is the reason why you got that job. Nobody else gave you the job. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else can take it away. God is the reason. Y'all took my cousin's thermostat. Where's my stove? Here it is. Best daggone thermostat. Come on, coffee. I think my whipped cream is like, shucks. That's good coffee. That's good coffee. At one point in time, I stopped drinking coffee, but I need to stop drinking coffee. I'm gonna tell you something else too, y'all. God knows what you like. I am so serious when I tell you that. I was laughing with my cousin yesterday, and I was like, it's amazing, because I'll say, I really want this, and then all of a sudden I walk there and it'd be just like, oh, here you go, Ramona. I'd be like, thank you, Jesus. I'd be like, thank you, Lord. I don't know about y'all, but I always give the Lord thanks. If it wasn't for you. Oh, this is some nice coffee. I see how it's nice and simmering. This is a really good thermostat. I got this for my cousin. Asked me why I had it. Because I left my thermostat in the daggone. I left my thermostat in the daggone house. No. I left it here. But I was in the house. But yeah, so keep rocking. Keep rocking. I mean, some people may look back at my past. Look, I am not perfect. I can tell you my flaws right now, okay? I can tell you, matter of fact, you've seen my flaws. My ex-husband put me away. I had to downsize from a house to a room on the floor at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I dealt with a lot of ridicule in my life. I used to be in rapping back in the day. I used to smoke marijuana. I am not perfect, honey. But thank God for deliverance, because I'm not the same woman that I used to be yesterday. I'm not. And sometimes I say to myself, sometimes, Mona, you do need to shut up, because you talk too daggone much. Sometimes we need to hear those thoughts. You know, I get it. But I guess this is kind of like my, in a way, therapy. But I think that's about to come to an end too. And what I mean by therapy is because all my other friends, you know, they working right now or with their kids. And I only got like family members that I consider friends. But at least I could talk to people, or at least I can talk and y'all listen. But I mean, y'all feel that way too. we see so much Photoshop that you don't know what's real or what's not real these days. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got people, I got pimples. You know what I'm saying? I do. I wear wigs when I feel like it. I do. I gain a couple of weight, but I lose the weight too. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Take me as I am, honey, because this is what you're going to get. And when we all admit that we're not perfect. You know, when you die, you don't even take your skin with you. It goes back into the ground, turns into dirt. You don't even take that with you. And I'm not going to sit up here and play like I'm perfect, Patty. I'm not. I don't feel like sitting here, and I don't feel like kissing up to nobody either. But I'm just done. I hate that. I just don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like, I hate that too. It's something about that. I'll be at, some workplaces where other people feel like, can I go in there? I'm like, girl, you better get on up in here. What's up? You better start. I hate that. When people try to make themselves look. Who are you? And I understand in certain ranks there is certain respect. Like curtsying before the queen, I suppose. I wouldn't be like, girl. That's just rude. Certain cultures. You gotta, okay, I'm gonna give you some respect, but give me respect too. Don't do one of these. The other day my cousin was telling me she went somewhere and she saw this woman giving this white couple all this treatment because they were looking for a bed, and she was ready to spend some money. And the lady was a sister too. The lady kind of like pushed her to the side, like, girl, here's a piece of paper. And she said, I really felt some type of way. I was like, girl, we grown. You should have put her on the spot right then and there. So I guess I came in here to spend some money, and you looking tail over here, but you just gonna carry me, huh? That's what you gonna do. I had somebody do that to me. I went to Nordstrom's to get some samples. But I was asking the guy about the fragrance. And he was all looking like, honey, you ain't got the money. So he made me feel some type of way. That's okay. I came back and bought it, but I didn't buy it from him. I bought it in front of him, and his colleague got the commission. Don't ever judge people. I'm going to tell you something. I give, like when in this business, especially property management business, I give tours to everybody. I've given tours to some raggedy looking people and some high class fashion. I'm going to say class, but fashion looking people, and everyone straight across the board. I treat them with respect and dignity. That when you walk away feeling like, dag man, everywhere I went, they treated me like crap. But this girl right here, this lady right here, she made me feel so welcome, so nice. I want to go back to her. And I tell everybody that too. Sometimes it's not even just the product you selling, it's the way you make people feel. When they feel good, they would be like, man, I like the other place real good, but she was so nice, so I'm gonna go ahead, and I want to be in an area where it's, this vicinity is nice, folks, just because the way she made me feel. Because I'm gonna tell you something, people don't want to go to a place when you make them feel a certain way. Like that mail incident, to this day, I don't even want to go up in there because she made me feel horrible. You know what I'm saying? But when you make a person feel good, they're like, man, I gotta get around that. This atmosphere, let me tell you something. When the old person left, the old manager left, everybody in there was smiling. I even had people like, man, since that person was gone and y'all here, the atmosphere has changed. You gotta ask yourself the question, are you causing a good atmosphere, or is the atmosphere messed up when you walk through the door? Because as soon as you walk through the door, you cracking whips or something. Like, you really think we back in 1764 out this thing. Like, what are you doing? Are you doing that? Are you being rude and mean to others for no reason? You think you a diva? You think God not looking at you? it feels really good too when people are just really excited that you're around, and they tell you like, I hope you stay here, you know, because you just like, oh, thanks. You guys are awesome. And my best friend the same way. Like when she go around, she like to talk and chill. She even got CEOs sitting at her desk just talking, you know, because you feel, I mean, first of all, you at a place for 8 hours, almost longer than what you are at home. But when you make others and your teammates feel good, you're not throwing them underneath the bus or sabotaging them or talking about them behind their back. Like, you got their backs. Like, look, we are a team. We're going to take one for the team. Let's do this together. Let's rock this. We are a team. When you start carrying, you'll see your atmosphere start going good. Man, your numbers is just increasing like crazy. Everybody like, what are they doing over there? We work together. That's what we do. We works together. I've been in, look, I remember years ago, her name was Bernadette. Honey, she was a diva. Homegirl had a nice house out in Herndon. Her little $2 million home. She was rocking a property manager. She had her own business, her own salon. I went to her salon, y'all. I think I told y'all this. I went to her salon with my ex-boyfriend, and I went to look inside of the book to get a hairstyle. I was like, oh, I like that hairstyle. Y'all, do you know when I looked at the person, I said, that's me. I forgot I did a... My ex was just smiling and laughing. I forgot I did a photo shoot. And I'm like, I'm in a hair book. And I was like, that's amazing. I'm up here looking at the hairstyle. And the crazy thing about it was the lady only dyed the front of my hair pink and flipped it with some whistlings, but it looked so hot on photo. But anywho, going back to her homegirl, she had it going on. She was getting furs and minks and stuff. I was like, okay. But she was horribly like, she ruled with an iron fist, man. But a lot of things too I learned from her. Don't get it twisted, because those type of people you can learn from. She would, if I said something wrong, she would correct me and make me say it. And I would say it. And until this day, I know how to say that correctly. You know, I learned those certain things. But what happened was when she ended up getting increased and took on a new position, that iron fist didn't work where she went, and she got fired. Lost all them years of working. So it pays not to be rude to people. I had one last lady, she made everybody feel uncomfortable. She would be over their shoulders and looking at them. I had to tell her, honey, we the same age. Just tell me what it is, girl. Like, you're doing too much. But you know what? A smile goes a million ways when you walk up in and just smiling, you know. But anywho, yo, let me get up in here because I got to get some stuff. Y'all have a great day.